What is going on, everyone? My name is Ricky with Technical Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing day, and I'm back in Arizona. So I just finished about a week trip to the East Coast. I went to go visit Miami, Florida. I went to go visit New York. Met up with all the people that are part of Technical Solutions that were able to come out and visit. I'm actually super pumped. We're going to be uploading a video this Monday in the TechBuds Lifestyle, which is actually a channel that you can subscribe to within my main channel, and that's where I post kind of weekly edits and stuff like that. So for our Sunday Stock Talk, if you guys haven't ever tuned in, first of all, my name's Ricky. I have a little bit over 160,000 subscribers within the YouTube platform. I have a little bit over 100,000 members within my private TechBuds Solutions community. We're one of the fastest growing communities out there, and I think it's because of two things, right? We encourage people to do their own due diligence, and we never tell you what to trade, right? So with that understanding, we want to build self-sufficient traders, and we do it for free, right? And it's not even that I do it, right? It's that we as a community, as Technical Solutions. So if you guys ever see Lupo, if you guys ever see Ferris, if you guys ever see any of our admins within Technical Solutions, just know that we are all doing this and putting this together in place to benefit one another, and it's a community that we like to be a part of. So if you guys just want to get a taste of how amazing Technical Solutions is, real quick, guys, for all those that are tuning in live right here, let's see, what is it that we should say? Should we say, yeah, if you want to find someone that is close by within your area, I want to see where everyone's at. So I am from Arizona. So I'm a student here at ASU, the Polytechnic campus. And for all those that want to see if there's anyone within your area, within your state, within your overall even country, I can encourage you that we probably have someone within where it is that you live. So let's go ahead and see how many people it is that we can start getting to share their general area. Again, you don't want to put your address or anything like that. There we go. There we go. As you guys can see, this is the power of networking. This is the power of when it is that we come together as a group, and we're here to support one another. If you've ever lacked to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, then I would encourage you to take 30 seconds, click that third link in the description, and learn a little bit more on how you can be a part of one of the fastest private growing communities for investing in the stock market. We'd love to be a part of your success, and again, be sure to pause it if you guys can't even keep up with what all the city names are coming out. What's going on, Angel? But I want to first thank you guys all for taking time out of your busy Sunday and joining me. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right to it. I'm ready to break down stocks for you. I'm going to talk about maybe 2 or 3 stocks that I see value in, but I want to dedicate a majority of this time, so about 30 minutes, to just breaking down stocks, in depth for each and every single one of you. I asked you for 3 things. Each stock that is called out has to be called out in the ticker symbol format, meaning that it lists the support, the ticker symbol, support and resistance, entry point, exit point, stop loss, and why it has potential. The second thing, that I want to make sure that it includes is that it's actively trending up above the 180-day 4-hour EMA. If it's not, and if it's showing signs of a descending pattern, I do not want to break it down, because we do not want to focus on a stock that is actively trending down. And let me explain to you why. For this week, I encourage you to take 2 steps. First, focus on a stock that is actively trending up and a stock that offers a potential for profit that is going to get you to your weekly goal. With that understanding, you don't need to be trading every single, one stock every single day. You can just trade 1 or 2 stocks and get to your weekly goal. It's all about quality, right? And then the last thing that I want to make sure that we do is to make sure that it's not actively trending down. So on the 180-day chart, that it's not showing signs of a descending pattern. So as long as we could focus on those 3 things, then I'm ready to break down the stocks for you guys. So be sure to copy and paste it, just because I'm not going to get through each and every single one, as I'm going to select one and then go and start doing my technical analysis, and I want to make sure that I don't miss, that you don't feel like I skipped you or something like that. So let's just make sure that we do that. All right, give me 1 second. Let me actually move this around. Let's see. All right. So make sure that you guys can see me okay. Okay. Sweet. So again, you guys need to make sure that they're in the ticker symbol format. So if you guys are just calling them out with the ticker. That's not the ticker symbol format. So Luis, thank you again for using it. So this is Luis Estrada. So JDST, my entry was at 466. Okay, so let's go ahead and break that one down. So this is JDST. So JDST showing signs of this descending pattern. Do you guys? And again, this is my thought process. I want you guys to make sure that you guys understand that this is my thought process. This is not something that is set in stone. You should never trade based on other people's opinion. When it comes down to doing my technical analysis, we all see value in different ways. So as long as you guys understand that, then we're all good. So let me actually bring this down a little bit, but ask yourself if what it is that I'm saying makes sense. So I see a descending pattern right now. So if you guys could look very closely, there's this SMA line that's been acting as a resistance, and this horizontal support line at around $44 to $45, right? It normally bounces at around this area, and it's been peaking out with this descending resistance. So it's a slanted resistance that's trending down, right? So that's been acting as a resistance. That's normally where it peaks at. So normally that's where you want to sell. Obviously, this is normally where it balances at. So this is normally where you could find yourself to be able to label something as a better entry. So with this being the support, with this being the resistance, ask yourself, where the price is right now. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just looking at the pattern. Doesn't it almost show more signs of a peak formation on how this thing can then start getting rejected and start actively trending down, just like it did before there and just like it did before there? It's at a price point that it's known to get rejected at with this descending resistance. It was showing signs of this thing being more on the overbought side, not so much on the oversold side, so it's not such a good deal. And the last thing is, what's the opportunity cost? What's the margin of profit? If you plan on getting in, when do you plan on getting out, right? So if you can't identify your entry, exit, and stop loss, then how is it that you see value in it? I would personally say, based on the current price point that it's at right now, especially because it's so close to the EMA indicator, I would almost say, like, as of right now, it's at a critical point. It could 100% bounce here and continue to actively trend up, but it has not confirmed that pattern. So because of that, if I got in when it broke above the EMA, which is something that we called out when it was at $47, I would have sold at 50. The reason why was because of this descending resistance. So I have an understanding of where a good buy and where a good sell is. Now, it's not been showing any break of pattern or any confirmation that it's going to continue to rally. And that's what I would like to wait for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my alert for the break above $51 to revisit this and see if this thing is going to start to continue to actively trend up. I'm also going to set my alert if it breaks below $49, as that would be a confirmation for me that it's getting rejected, and then JNUG, which is the inverse ETF, would then start recovering. So if you guys don't understand that correlation, just make sure that you do understand the correlation between the series of inverse ETFs. And I also do have, for all those that are part of the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library, a specific section that is solely based on ETFs and how is it that I've traded, how I trade them. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So that is my breakdown on JDST. I hope that was pretty in-depth. I don't know if you guys want me to keep it like that or if I should make it a little bit more simple. Luis Estrada, I love it. Thank you again for calling it out. I really do appreciate it. All right, so KEM. I like it. So called out KEM, Alan Sanchez, my boy. How you doing? So real quick. So remember, Alan, we asked you to do two things. Do not invest, do not call out something that's actively trending down, and it has to be actively trending up above the EMA. And for someone that said 2 or 3 is the same thing, that's not true, because something can be above the EMA but still actively trending down, right? On the 180-day chart, showing signs of a descending pattern. So real quick, if you look at the overall normal support and resistance very quickly, the support's at around $17. It's not even close to that price point. So what I would do is I would set an alert and revisit this when it's actually bouncing and showing signs of an uptrend pattern, because it's not doing that as of right now. So I'm just going to move on since it's not showing any signs of an uptrend pattern. I'll set my alert for the break above $18 just to, $19, just to have my alert set up. So okay, what's going on, Johnny? GME. Strong descending pattern showing signs. And the reason that, this is GameStop. Obviously, you can tell that GameStop probably wouldn't be the best company to invest in, just with the innovation that's been going on with the online gaming market, right? So with that understanding, and with the not even just the fundamentals, but the overall technicals, why would you want to invest in something that's actively trending down? Is it because of the possibility that it's so oversold that it could recover? 100%. That offers about 5 to 8% potential for profit, but I can guarantee you that so many of the other stocks that I'm going to break down today that offer horizontal patterns or ascending uptrend patterns offer the same, if not more, margin of profit and are not offering descending patterns. The reason that I encourage people to stay away from descending patterns, especially if you're just getting started, is because of the understanding that it can continue to decay. It can continue to sell off. And for a huge mistake that a lot of new traders make is they bag hold. And I want to take the initiative and not talk about why something can be a good buy that's descending, because I know that we do have a good amount of new traders that watch our videos, and I don't want to be someone that even remotely, even by for 1 second encourages people that this might be a good potential stock to invest in, because they could be easily influenced. And that's why I do think that you can make money on descending patterns, but I do not think it is it's all about risk management, right? And there's a greater form of risk by investing in descending patterns. I hope that that makes sense. Question about your RSI. When you say yes, if you want to, so you're talking about the specific indicator of the RSI itself, and if it's like less than 35, yes, that can be important. It isn't crucial for me though. If I see that something is a good deal very quickly. So if I see something like TMUS, right? I'm invested in TMUS. I bought in at 56.70. I called it out when I did. So if I look at TMUS right now, and I look at the low points and the high points, and now it's starting to show signs of an uptrend pattern. Yes, I can look at TMUS, right, when it was sub 30. But that wasn't a good buy. The reason that that wasn't a good buy is because it was still actively trending down. So I want to give it more time for it to recover. And by that time, it's at 53. But is it still a good buy? It definitely can be, because I'm not going to add more to my position until it breaks above $58. So yes, you can use the RSI indicator to get an understanding if something is overbought, oversold. But it comes down to my technicals that outweigh everything, the pattern itself. And I know that based on this horizontal pattern, it makes sense on why within this range, right, 55 to 58, it's still a good deal, because I know that it has usually this much more margin that it tends to cover. So that margin of profit is worth it in comparison to what the margin of loss is. So I hope that makes sense. That's a really good question. Ticker symbol WING from Mary Heyman. WING stop. I like it. And actually, I really like this one because it's very conservative. So I'm going to add this one to my active uptrend watch list. I want to give a shout out to Mary for, again, focusing on something that's actively trending up. Yes, the margin of profit is not huge, and it's not a very aggressive and actively uptrending stock, but ask yourself one question. Have you been struggling to grow your account? And if you have not been able to grow your account even 1% on a weekly basis, then you are too aggressive. That's something that you have to just admit to yourself. So yes, this might not be the most attractive because it doesn't offer the most margin of profit, but it's very consistent, and it tends to, being able to see when it sells off, and then when it starts to recover and then breaks above the EMA, and then the margin of profit that it has to to cover. And yes, it might take about 1 to 2 weeks to cover 7 to 8% margin of profit, but that is still something that you're not able to do right now with your current style of trading. So be real with yourself. So I absolutely love this one. It's actively trending up, right? I would obviously like it to be a little bit closer to the SMA indicator to ensure that I'm getting like the best deal possible. But you can see that the overall, there's no breakup pattern. It pulled back, it consolidated, it broke above the EMA, which is exactly what we like to see. And you could wait for a little bit more confirmation for it to have a solid hold above $52. Or you can do the average up approach. You can continue to add to your position as it continues to actively hold above the EMA indicator. Up to you, whatever it is that you guys like to do. Just make sure that you guys also look into the fundamentals of what can or cannot go wrong for something like Wingstop, being a huge corporation itself. But I really like the ascending uptrend pattern. I find there to be like this support here around $52, which when it breaks above that, I would really like to follow up with it. So what am I going to do? Set my alert at the break above 52, and realistically hit highs of about 55, almost $56. I would say even around 54. For someone that is really struggling in covering profits and staying green, this is not where you need to be greedy. Focus on being consistent. Just start getting the ball rolling, growing your account. And the margin from 52 to 54 is about 3.71%. Just imagine being able to actually grow your account about 4% every single week. And just having to take one position. Again, forget about all the BS stocks that everyone tries to hype up. Focus on patterns which you understand and make sense to you. That you understand that you're getting in for a good deal. You understand the pattern because you could either identify the breakup pattern or a pullback. and then where it is that you're going to cover profits before you actually take your position. So great call out again, Mary. Thank you again for that. Chris keeping, I already talked about JDST, which is the inverse of JNUG, and I already broke that one down. So I hope that you were able to catch my breakdown on JNUG and what I said about it. So Quentin from HOS. So HOS offers this horizontal pattern. We've broken it down before, obviously from around $3 to about $4, right? So this margin of profit is pretty solid, right? It's been actively trending up already, right? A lot of consolidation, actually. It got rejected last time. It pushed up and then pulled right back down. So what I would like to see is that Friday was a pretty green day for it. I would like to see if there is any signs of a pullback or a technical breakout at around 350. So what we can do is I can simply set my alerts for the break above 350, and if it continues that uptrend rally, then great. It still offers the margin from 350 to $4, which is a little bit over, what is that? Almost 20%. It's about 18% if I'm not mistaken. 350 to $4. I was way off, about 15%. But I would like to wait a little bit more for a pullback confirmation. And what do I mean by that? So I would like, if it gets rejected at 350, that's not an issue. It 100% can. Is there a break of pattern though? You see this EMA line and how it's pointing up? I want to make sure that it maintains that direction. So if it pulls back, that it still stays something similar to this. When it pulls back, still stays above the EMA line, holds above the EMA, right, at least the bodies of the candle, and then continues that uptrend rally. So I would like to wait for a better sell-off, hold, and then when it starts to recover, then that's what I would like to look for an entry. So you can look at the 180-day 4-hour chart for that pullback confirmation and the bounce. You can look at it intraday to ensure that you're getting in for a good deal and that you're trading and actively taking a position in between the middle VWAP and top VWAP. And that's also something that I've explained to the Learn Plan Profit lesson library. So Quentin, thank you again for that call out. MB from Alicia, I like it. So MB, great. Solid ascending uptrend pattern. This one's a little bit more aggressive than the call out for WING. I think we could all see that. It's a little bit more volatile. So for those that have been growing their accounts, right, but maybe are done with the conservative style of again, these are all stepping stones that are done with the slower, maybe 3 to 4% a week and stuff like that, and you guys want to aim maybe for about 5 to 7%. Again, still keep it very modest, right? At least that's my style. But you could see it had this pullback confirmation after its earnings, sold off, recovered, it's holding above the SMA, which is the pattern that we'd like to see. So we can see that, it's at a good buy area based on previous patterns. And where would this be a good sell? I would say around $42, maybe 44. Yes, you could try to aim for 46 for there to be new highs and stuff like that. I'm sure that it can get there. Again, I'm just trying to be conservative, right? So let's go ahead and aim for that the $44 resistance. So with the $44 resistance, let's say that we wait for the break above $40. So from $40 to 44, 10% margin of profit. So what is it that we would like to wait for? Let's wait for a break above $40, revisit this, and make sure that it continues to hold up above the EMA indicator, and even when it pulls back, that we still get that uptrending confirmation. So I think that this one's a great one, and I would actually like to keep a closer eye on this one as well. There could always be a breakout pattern, so let's make sure that we set our alerts, and if it breaks below the SMA indicator or the EMA on the 180-day 4-hour chart, that we set our alerts, that we revisit it right away, and that if there's a breakout pattern and we have that confirmation, that we know when to cut losses, or that we're patient enough that if it's just a pullback, that we can identify the difference. So I have a video talking just about that, the difference from a pullback and a breakout pattern. So SOXS. So this is a strong descending pattern. Yes, it is. So again, this is a perfect example of something that's descending but showing signs of a reversal. So again, there is potential for this thing to recover and then get rejected close to the SMA indicator, or peak out close to around $13 to $14 based on its previous pattern at around right here, right? So we could see, let's see. Do you see that this was an old support? There's like some consolidation of previous resistance levels right around 14, and it has like a support level right around 10. So it definitely does make sense, right, of this range of why it can bounce you and then cover all this margin. But just ask yourself, this is a strong descending pattern, right? And you need to make sure that you understand that if you do plan to invest in something that's actively been trending down, there is a higher form of risk with that. If you're okay with that, that's up to you. If you're not, then just stay away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my alert for the break below $10, right? And then I'm going to set my alert for the break above 11. I'll do 1106, just a little bit higher, just so we don't get those like false breaks. But yeah, we'll go ahead and follow up with this one. And this one should be in my ETF watch list. Nope, no, it's not. But socks. There we go. Alrighty. Peter Sims, late as usual. Thank you for all your efforts, Ricky. What's going on, Peter? My man. What's going on, Don? How you doing? All right, so Daz Gaiman is saying here, this one has been brought up way too much. I would personally stay away. The reason why is just this has all signs for a pump and dump. And a perfect example of what this looks like, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? But huge manipulation with volume, reverse stock splits, right? And huge price increase, and then all of a sudden a huge sell-off, right? It's already dropped about 23%, and a perfect example, let's go to the flex grid. Perfect example of something like here can be something like HMNY. The only difference with HMNY is that HMNY is back at 55 cents from its highs of about $38. And this isn't about, obviously with all this manipulation, it had no volume, saw a huge price increase, and then it continued to sell off to 55 cents. This is why it's so important for people to stay away from stocks that are being manipulated. Of course. So, and again, that's just me sharing my opinion. This thing can, go to whatever price it is that you think it can, but just based on patterns and what actually makes sense and not relying on hope, right? Because this isn't a market where you want to be hopeful. In my experience, it would not be a smart decision to make to invest in something that's showing obvious signs of it being manipulated and promoted. So I hope you guys understand why it is that, I would like to stay away and stuff like that. That's a poop stock. I couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, so just because they're a legit company, Keith, does not mean that they cannot get manipulated. Because the hype behind HMNY, there's also so many people that were standing behind their so-called innovation in the movie industry. So just, again, want to make sure that you guys understand that. What's going on, Juan? Appreciate that. What's going on, Daniel? What's up? Oh, just decided to donate. Okay. $4.99. I can buy myself a Cane's combo with that. I like it. Appreciate that. All right, let's do it. So, yep. Easily a pump and dump. There we go. So let's go ahead and, Jonah, let's break down ITUS. So ITUS showing signs of a pretty consistent, looking at the SMA line, right? Pretty consistent uptrend pattern. It's been showing signs of this potential reversal at around 350. One thing that I do want to make sure that you guys look at is, do you see this peak formation at around $7? And do you see how it's been showing signs of this descending resistance? It's been making lower highs with this like horizontal support at around 350, and it's been breaking 350, right? This is not something that I find very attractive. Based on that pattern, it would almost indicate that this is almost hitting its peak formation. It's almost hitting its peak, and then it's going to get rejected again. And because of that, I don't want to invest in something that's showing signs of a descending resistance, because it makes it that much more difficult for me to understand when is it a good time to sell, because it's been decaying at such a rapid pace. It continues to make lower highs. So again, descending resistance, horizontal support. More signs of like a bear flag pattern. And this isn't necessarily something that I see too much value in myself. And also the volume is really starting to, decay. It's no longer really there. You could see when it was really relevant, the volume was there. And you can see now the volume is really struggling to be there. And because of that, I would like to stay away. So that's my opinion. So we got, is this Andre? So ticker AM. So ticker AM, so it doesn't look like this thing has a full 180-day. Yeah, so sounds a little weird. Showing more signs of this thing being overbought, so not such a good deal. So this is a general area of where I want to get alerted when it pulls back. So I see the pattern and why it has potential. It's been actively trending up and showing signs of an uptrend pattern. But even if we look a little bit closer, so it's been showing signs of an uptrend pattern. So this doesn't really indicate for me that this is a good buy, right? So it's more on the overbought side. With that understanding, if I go to the 180-day chart, well, this is the 180-day chart. If we go to the 20-day chart, 1 hour, you can see that it normally bounces close to or near to this SMA line, as you can see right here, and then you can see generally around this area. It's definitely more on the overbought side, showing more signs of a peak formation, and that's why I set my alert for when it pulls back. I can get alerted, and then we can revisit this one when it begins to reverse. And that's my breakdown on this one. So thank you again. Oh, appreciate that. So Kabir says, Ricky, thank you for mentioning the natural gas report on Thursday's video. The info you provided regarding degas that's selling off after the report saved me. I was able to sell before the report. Thanks again. That is super sweet. I was actually able to sell right before the report as well. So I think I was actually in Florida and I closed the day at $514 profit. So again, I'm here to share my best practices and my mistakes and the patterns that I see. And when it came down to degas, they have a natural gas report that comes out every Thursday at 1 hour after the market opens, wherever that is your time. And one pattern that I've noticed that is relevant based on the past couple of months is that when the natural gas report comes out, UGAS usually pushes up and DGAS usually pushes down. I was swing trading DGAS, and I know a lot of people watch what it is that I swing trade. So I wanted to make sure that because I was aware of that pattern, that I shared it with everyone that followed me, right? And I covered profits. I showed that I did, and I just encouraged people to visit the idea that, hey, there might be a sell-off, and that's exactly what happened. If we actually visit DGAS, DGAS went all the way from highs of around $26.50 all the way down to $24, and now it's starting to show more signs of a recovery and stuff like that. So again, I'm super happy to hear, Kabir, that you were able to benefit from that. So that's what it's all about, and yeah, thanks again. Hopefully you made some money on that. LABD, that's actually, I'm really happy you were able to bring that one down or up. First of all, this one is actively trending down right now, right? It is below the EMA indicator, but the reason, I've broken this one down before already, especially for all those that are part of Learn Plan Profit. For all those that are tuning in right now, what is it? Looking at this, I want you guys to do this technical analysis with me. What is it on LABD with this horizontal support and horizontal resistance that we would need LABD to do to identify it to be a good buy? So right now, it's at the support at around $27, right? So it's at a previous support. That's great and all. Just because it's at a previous support, does that mean that it's going to bounce? No. Patterns do tend to repeat themselves, but it's not guaranteed. What is it that we could wait for to get the confirmation, right, of it actively and confirming the pattern that you saw value in? The pattern that you guys see value in makes sense, and that's this horizontal pattern of these low points and high points. When is it a good deal and when is it not? But we need to make sure that we get familiar with waiting for the confirmation. So it needs to break above the EMA, needs to break above the EMA, making sure that it starts making higher highs, breaking resistance levels, right? That's the confirmation. So at $27, yes, that was the low point, but that's not when LABD was a good buy. Yes, it was oversold, but it was a better buy in my eyes when it's at around $28, $29, actively trending up above the 180-day EMA. And that's exactly what I would like to wait for as it reverses, because right now it's getting rejected by this EMA line, right? It's getting rejected. We can see it getting rejected. I want to see this break above the EMA line, and that's why I have my alert set at $29. So I think that this is a great call out, but it's too early. And that's why I set the alerts so we can revisit this one when it's actively trending up. 100%, Matthew, and it's why can't you trust stocks that are actively trending down? But I'm guessing based on your experience, you tend to experience more red days than green days when you invest in something that's actively trending down. I 100% agree with you. And because of your idea of I can't trust stocks that are actively trending down, that makes sense. It makes sense on why you would want to stay away from it. It's you have your own criteria that every stock has to meet for you to qualify it as a good potential buy. And this is a habit that everyone needs to, what's it called? Just adapt. It doesn't mean that you need to wait for the break above the EMA. It's whatever habit. Oh my goodness. Guys, my mouse died. Gee willikers. This is crazy. Wait, what happens if my mouse dies? Is it charging? Oh no. Guys, I think this might be the end of the stream. I don't know how else to... My mouse died, so... Let's see. Did I forget to feed the mouse? This is ridiculous. This is, of course, this would happen to me right now. Hold up, hold on. All right. Nope, not connected. Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right, so I broke this one down. I'm gonna have like 30 seconds. All right. No, let's break down some more stock. Come on. All right, DRN. So DRN is actively trending down. It's at a potential price point at around $17 that it can break. I have my alert set at the break above $17.50 to confirm the bounce. If it doesn't confirm it, then it doesn't mean anything. Watch out for the potential bounce at around the SMA indicator. Give me more call outs. Do the mouse dance. Ho, 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 ho. I'm never buying Apple stocks right now. That is hilarious. PSTG. So PSTG. Nothing's popping up. So EL. Ticker symbol EL. So you can see active uptrend watch list. It broke that pattern. Do you see when it broke below this overall SMA indicator? It broke below, and now the SMA indicator is going to be acting as a resistance. I would wait for the break above the SMA indicator to continue that uptrend pattern, or wait for the confirmation of the rejection and completely stay away. That's my breakdown. Ticker symbol WFT. I thought that was a joke that you were just saying like WTF and stuff like that. I was like, man, you guys are mean. So right now, WFT is actively trending up. It has been showing signs of a continuous uptrend pattern. Let's look a little bit closer. Right now we can look a little bit closer, and when it tends to be a better buy and a better sell. We can see that right now, it peaked at around 375, showing signs of a potential pullback, and it would bounce most likely at around 340 or closer to this SMA indicator. So that's what I would like to see, more signs of an active uptrend watch list, an active uptrend pattern, and right now it's getting rejected by this EMA indicator. So that's why I wouldn't necessarily see too much value in it as of right now. So BIIB. So BIIB is showing 180-day analysis, showing signs of this potential reversal pattern. Yes, I kind of do see that, but also this SMA line, it did break above it, but it's also showing more signs of why it can continue to reverse back down. I don't know. I personally don't like these patterns too much when the SMA is curling so much and then it reverses. I think it's too early to tell. I want to see this SMA line start pointing up, and as of right now, it's not necessarily doing that. It's still showing signs of this like cup formation. So ticker symbol AGRX. AGRX. I think I could do this. So whoa, AGRX with a huge sell-off, showing signs of a strong descending pattern. I would stay away from this. The reason why is, yes, it can recover, and I do see value in that, but with that understanding, huge sell-off, and that's something that I'm super uncomfortable with, and that's why I would like to stay away. So what I'm doing right now is I'm not going to be able to use my mouse. All your things are coming out on the on my right hand side, and I'm on the 180-day chart, and I can still use my keyboard. So I'm just going to be typing tickers in and then breaking them down. So ticker symbol HALO, and I do apologize for the inconvenience of my mouse dying. But you could see it with the overall support at around $18. Do you guys see that support at around $18? And the overall resistance normally at around $20. It's been showing a lot more signs of consolidation and volatility. This is definitely a higher risk, right? stock, but with higher risk can come higher reward. It's still actively trending down below the EMA indicator. I would like to wait for the break above that to even consider the idea of investing in it. So again, I'm still going to expect you guys to put it in the ticker symbol format. So if you guys could please do that. CUTR. CUTR showing signs of a sell-off, broke the pattern. Do you guys see the normal pattern that it had when it was actively trending up above this EMA indicator? I'm sorry, the SMA indicator. So this green line, do you see how that was normally acting as a support? But now it's been, because there's that huge sell-off, it completely broke that pattern. And now it's showing more signs of a cup and handle pattern. So with that understanding, yes, it does have potential for recovery, but then you would be trading based on that pattern and in efforts and hope that it would actually recover. And its previous patterns don't necessarily show that support. So this is a higher risk, but also higher reward type of ticker. So ticker symbol LPX by Taylor Jones. I like that. So LPX, what's going on, bud? LPX showing a lot of volatility. A lot of consolidation. Do you guys see that? Right around $27. A lot of consolidation. Took some time. Took about almost a month for it to fully reverse, and now it's showing more signs of an uptrend pattern. Look at the price point of where it's at right now, $28.45. I would like to wait for a pullback confirmation, and best believe me that, look at this one right now, LPX, and look at its previous patterns. It's so volatile that it pushes up and it will pull back right back down. So let's make sure that we take that into consideration before taking our next position. Ticker symbol AAL. So American Airlines showing signs of a potential support at around $42. SMA line has been acting more as a resistance. So this is kind of a descending pattern. American Airlines being a multi-billion-dollar company, if I'm not mistaken, it can show potential for a recovery. But is this the best position that you can take right now? The margin of profit, and is it actively trending up and all that good stuff? I just don't see too much value in the pattern for it to be relevant right now, if that makes sense. Yes, I do think that it can recover, but it's a matter of time, and time is money. And right now, I don't see much value in the time that it's going to take for AAL to recover. So thank you again, Angel, for sharing that. So we already broke down wire, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So wire showing signs, broke its pattern. Do you see that green line again? That's the SMA indicator. That was normally where it normally would bounce at. Broke that pattern and is now showing more signs of a potential cup and handle pattern. SMA line can now be acting as a resistance instead of a support. So let's make sure that we take that into consideration. And it is actively trending up. So I do see why it is that you would see value in it. Just sharing that. So FEYE. So FEYE is showing signs of an uptrend pattern. It needs to really I would like to, okay, and this is, you guys really need to work with me on this one. So look at the past 2 months. So from where it says 3/16/2018, it's just the half side of right now where it's at. So when it shows peaks of $20.25, right? And then it sold off, and then it tried to recover. It hit highs of about, what was that, $19.35. And then it sold off and it tried to recover again, and it hit highs of around $8.30 for whatever I could see. It's showing signs of this descending pattern, and now it's been showing signs of a potential rejection right around the SMA indicator. So that's a decaying resistance with a descending support as well. So that's why I would like to stay away from that. So ticker symbol SB. Guys, we are on fire. If this is your guys' first time tuning in, or you guys like this fast pace, if you guys can do me the biggest favor and be sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really means a lot when you guys do, and when we end these videos and we have like 500 likes after going live. I think it's super cool. I don't know about you guys, but SB right now got rejected by that green line, which is that SMA indicator, showing signs of a potential sell-off. It's actively trending down below the EMA indicator, and with that understanding, it's not actively trending up. So why would I want to? Again, we're talking about stocks that are actively trending up for this week. It's this week's Sunday stock talk. Why would you want to call something out that's descending? Does that make sense? So SYMC. So SYMC. So 100% descending pattern, huge sell-off due to its earnings, not showing any signs of a reversal. I don't know why you would call this to be a good buy. Technicals does not make sense. So you donate appreciate that. Hey, 99 cents, that 100%. And I want you guys to know, please, you guys are not encouraged to donate anything. For those that do, thank you. But 100%, like, You guys don't even have to worry about that. I love doing these Sunday stock talks. Wow, that's a long one. FNMAS. Solid descending pattern. Do you see this green line again acting as a resistance? It previously got rejected right around $7, had that huge sell-off to around 550. Reverse is actively pushing up, but again, because of that descending resistance, it wouldn't be far-fetched for this thing to get rejected at around 625 to 650 and then sell off. And because of that, that opportunity cost isn't there. Wait. Okay. What's going on, Derek? So I think you called out ticker symbol X. Ticker symbol X showing signs of a resistance right around $38. Do you see that with that horizontal resistance? $38 and its previous support at around 32. We called it out when it reversed right at that price point. With that understanding, again, understanding when something is oversold or overbought. When is it a good deal and when is it not such a good deal? I would have found it to be much of a better sell at around $38. And I would wait for a sell-off for it to potentially bounce at around that green line, that SMA indicator, or to bounce all the way down here at around $32 for that to be a much better entry, right? So thank you again for the call out. Which platform do you guys use? I use TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. I also have Fidelity. But something for those that are outside of the US and that want to be outside of the PDT rule, you guys can look into SureTrader or UStockTrader, or there's another one called like TradeStation or something like that. I'm not too sure. But be sure to do your own due diligence. I'm not paid or affiliated by any of these companies that we talk about. Be sure to do your own due diligence. Call them up and see if they're a good brokerage that you would like to work with. Please don't ask, don't ask me like, hey, do I recommend like SureTrader or anything like that? Like, I've never used it. I'm just sharing like information that I've received from other users as well. Hey, what's up, man? What is your major at ASU and why? So, Christian, my major is technological entrepreneurship and management, and the reason why is, first of all, I love and people are still in awe with like, people think that because if you do, especially at a younger age, and I get the understanding because when a lot of people are with Christian, do you mind? I will. So I'm in technology, and my major is technological entrepreneurship and management. And why is I like to learn more about business and how business has worked in the past because I think patterns tend to repeat themselves. But I'll give a little bit more of an elaboration if you guys would like me to at the end of this video, talking a little bit more about my approach and why it is that I love still being enrolled in the university, even with the form of success that I've achieved. So if you guys want to, so. Okay, so we have people saying that I do not that you've tried to use stock trader and I don't recommend it. 100%. Feel free to share your opinion. What's going on, JT? Again, you guys don't have to donate, but I received $4.99.99 and another $1. I'm about to get that box combo from Canes. UAVS. I love when you guys come and join me for these Sunday talks. Like, I can't thank you guys enough for dedicating so much time and working with me every single day. So UAVS showing signs of a strong descending pattern, strong descending pattern. So I would personally like to stay away. I would really appreciate it if you could try again. I like it, adding emojis so I could see it. There's too much emojis going on, but I like the effort. Real quick, PSTG showing signs of it being extremely overbought, right? Do you see? I think should be good now. Okay, so do you see this pattern? This SMA line normally acts as a support, validates it normally when it reverses that it's a better buy around that area. So with that understanding, look how overbought it is. Wouldn't it make sense for it to sell off to around $20, $21, and then curl back just like it did before and then come back up? So why would it be a good buy here? For you to be able to make the 2 or 3% here, it just wouldn't make much sense. It's more on the overbought side. It's not such a good deal. That's why I would like to stay away, and I'm going to set my alerts for the break below $22 to revisit this one. So great call out. So ticker symbol blink. Wait, right? Yeah. Whoa, the volatility here is too real. Strong descending pattern, a lot of manipulation obviously going on. I would personally stay away. Just because of that simple understanding, I would stay away. RRD. Overall descending pattern. Yes, it does reverse and has a very consistent reversal pattern. If you're okay and you understand this, then great. If you're new, I would stay away. So, what's up, Muhammad? Graduated high school today. Whoa, what's going on, Muhammad? Woo, woo. So Muhammad's part of TechBud Solutions. Muhammad's part of Learn Plan Profit and absolutely kills it. He's actually part of our advanced traders within Learn Plan Profit, and he just graduated high school today. Amazing. You've been absolutely killing it as well. So really happy to have you as part of the team. No, JT, you have to look and I'll elaborate a little bit more on that. I have a video talking about cash versus margin and the pros and cons. It's pretty much the same thing, and I'll explain to you why. The mouse is working. All right. So again, be sure that you guys call it out in the ticker symbol format. So thank you again, Reno, for calling it out in this ticker symbol format. BBY or BBBY. Strong descending pattern. Bed Bath & Beyond is showing signs of a potential reversal, but again, it is reversing back up. It 100% can get rejected. Just look at the previous peaks. Yes, it can try to get close to or near to the SMA indicator, but the decay is way too aggressive. Again, well, this isn't going to do much for you, Luke, when you don't actually include any of the any of the info. So again, ticker symbol format, DFEN. DFEN. All right, so a lot of consolidation happening on this one. It is very close to the SMA indicator. It's just volatility here is too aggressive for me. It's very difficult for me to actually see a pattern here. I can try to identify support at $48, but it's broken it too many times. And for me to identify a good sell, it's just like, is it 52? Is it 54? Volatility is just too crazy. And the SMA line is showing signs of a resistance, and that's why I might not be so encouraged to even trade it. So, yeah. But Chris is saying, I'm at Myrtle Beach. I'm listening and learning. I like it, Chris Tom. Thank you again for tuning in. All right, guys. I'm going to break down just 3 stocks that I still see value in for this week. I'm going to follow up with them on Monday, which is tomorrow, and I'll be going live. So be sure to subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. But very quickly, just like we called out, this ascending uptrend pattern on Ford, overall resistance right around 1150, and this ascending uptrend support. We called it out when it broke above around, 1110. And then it's been actively trending up. Again, not huge margins, but just something that was actively trending up. Huge sell-off on HTZ just due to the report that ended up coming out, right? And because of that, it kind of broke its pattern, no question about that. And that's why I have my alert set here for when it begins to reverse back up. Actually, I'm going to set my alert for when it breaks above $17 once again. But there's actually a couple ones that are actively trending up that I would like to follow up with. Very quick call out, DAL, horizontal support at around 52, horizontal resistance right around 53. It's this range that I find so attractive. Got rejected by this SMA indicator. I would like to see if it bounces and holds and breaks above $53 and continues the uptrend rally, or if it gets rejected and then continues to sell off. Again, exploring both options. AEO, huge push up. I went to AEO when I was in New York. Holy moly, this thing should be at like $100, totally kidding, right? At $100 per share because of how expensive it is. Ridiculous. I would never shop at AEO, and I would try to buy a jean jacket there just to like get like a New York look. It was 100% a joke. Thing was $80. I don't have one piece of clothing that's $80. It's just not my style, and I think it's overbought. So, and watch out for the earnings. So I'm out. DGAS, I think DGAS, based on its previous patterns, is so oversold. And again, this is my opinion, is so oversold that based on its previous patterns, it's only a matter of time for it to reverse back up. But again, it's very important to wait for the confirmation, and that's why my alert is set at $25. TMUS as well. TMUS showed really great signs of an uptrend pattern on Friday, and it's been actively trending up and broke around $57. Offers a really nice and consistent horizontal pattern. Low points, high points. Again, EMA line is now pointing up. So it's giving more confirmation of this uptrend pattern. CAR had the same sell-off, very similar to HTZ. And then DKS actively trending down now. Again, overall support at around $30. Gush made new highs of $44, selling off, potential bounce at around 41. So be sure to look out for that. I'm going to set my alert on that. Gush has been absolutely killing it. It's definitely on the overbought side, so let's make sure that we take that into consideration. JDST showing more signs of a peak formation, and that's why I would like to follow up with, and I added a new watch list. Why is it not here? Dang it. I'm going to need to add it. Hold up. Where's it at? personal pending reversals. It should be here. JNUG. Link it. Come on. Boom. JNUG. Showing signs of why it can potentially reverse right here, right? Because of, did you see the pattern that we talked about on JDST? And showing signs of a lot of consolidation right around $14. So I'm going to be waiting for the break above here, and I'm going to set my alerts just so I can get that confirmation. And I think that the break can happen this week, but again, it's all about waiting for confirmation on this specific ticker. Now looking at the pattern for CCE, it's not actively trending up. I want to wait for the break above $39. Yes, it is at a potential support level at around $38, but as of right now, it's not actively trending up. So does it offer a good and consistent pattern? In my eyes, yes. Is it actively trending up right now? Is it a good buy right now? No, because of the opportunity cost and the time that it might take for it to actually recover. So, yeah. And then we talked about WING, we talked about MB, and then be sure to follow up with the overall futures that you've been watching as they correlate to the series of ETFs that you might be following as well. So really good signs if I'm not mistaken. Perfect. Natural gas is selling off and getting rejected by this SMA indicator, which is in favor of DGAS. So as long as this descending pattern continues to show, I think DGAS then can show signs of an uptrend by tomorrow at market open. So I'm going to dedicate, let's do about 5 minutes, and I'm going to answer people's open questions, not just about the stock market, but about like entrepreneurship in general. And if you guys want to ask me any personal questions, to an extent personal, right, I'd be more than happy to answer. And I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. We've been able to break 161,000 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a true blessing to have each and every single one of you guys part of this overall experience. And we're actually going to be checking out a house in about a couple minutes. And then once we buy the house, we're going to be establishing that TechBuild Solutions headquarters, which is where each and every single one of you can come and trade with me and just dock up your computers every single day. So for those that like the way that I break things down, and for those that are familiar with how is it that I trade, be sure to watch my videos, right, and see why it is that we're the fastest growing private trading community out there. And if you like what it is that you see, I would encourage you to invest 30 seconds. Click that first link in the description. Learn how you can watch me trade live every single day. And if you like the way that we do things in our Sunday Stock Talk, that's what we do every single day within the people that are enrolled in that first link of Learn, Plan, Profit. You get access for a lifetime to that video lesson library, and then you get the ability to watch me trade live every single day. So it's almost like a daily Sunday Stock Talk. You get to work with me, the Learn, Plan, Profit group, and our advanced traders who are absolutely killing it. So if you have 30 seconds, be sure to check it out and let me know. And if you guys want to give me some feedback, you guys can direct message me within the TechBuild Solutions Discord chat. So, and if you guys haven't done so already, if you guys could click that like button, that would mean the world to me, but you guys 100% don't have to. So we have about 1,200 people that were tuning in live. So you guys do you, though. I want to answer you guys' questions, and then we can go from there. So let's see. Boom, boom. I'm so happy to be back. I mean, absolutely love New York, absolutely love Florida. But guys, first of all, I don't like the weather here in Arizona, but here in my trading area, being able to go to Canes, being able to go to like my daily routine and stuff like that, I love it. So, Angel, thank you for your analysis, Ricky. I appreciate that, Angel. Thank you again for tuning in and for being such an active member. So I'm not going to be doing any more technical analysis. So if you're going to be asking, I do apologize. I'm just not going to. So I like that. So dream animate, what is that? So one way to see a strong descending pattern is to draw a line on the left one. Well, yes. So are you scared to have strangers in your house trading, even if they're part of TechBuds? Oh, no, it's not going to be my house. I'm going to buy a house, and then I'm going to open up a facility around the surrounding area just because I want the HQ to be close by. And it's going to be a warehouse where we're just going to have monitors, and you can dock up your computer and trade with us every day. It's not going to be where I'm living and stuff like that. It's just where me and the TechBud Solutions team are going to be working. So, yeah, great question. New York dirty ASF. It definitely is different than what I've been used to. So can't wait for the HQ. G-Man, what's going on, brother? Thank you again for showing up. So Brian Ray, what's your typical day consist of? How much time is spent having fun, working and having fun? So I tend to wake up at around 5:50 to 6 o'clock every morning. I trade with my private group, those that are part of Learn Plan Profit. I spend about 2 to 3 hours responding to messages. I then go live on YouTube. And then I usually have 2 or 3 calls. Then I go to lunch, I go to the gym. And then after that, I usually have work that I have to work on with like Justin, the series of partners that we have here. So they made me a burrito. Guys, I have the best roommates. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. We love what it is that we do every day. So, yeah, can't complain. Would you consider signing a non-disclosure agreement to hear an investment pitch? Would we? I don't. Yeah. You can. What you can do is you can direct message me, and then I can give you the information to direct message Justin, who's my partner, and he'll sign all the disclosures for TechBuds, and then we can jump on a call, or he can jump on a call with you and hear you out on the idea. But we have people pitch us ideas all the time, and we have no issues signing non-disclosure agreements. We 100% understand the integrity issue and stuff like that. So, why do I have roommates? Motivation. So people think that 100%. I'm pretty like boring, no question about it. Yeah, I'm still boring right now, but living with these guys, like they like bring the best out of me, and also I work with every single person that we have that lives in any of our houses. I've worked with some form of partnership. They're talented guys in their each specific fields, and it's not like we just have random people like living with us and stuff like that. They're absolutely trash, right? They're absolutely horrible people, but totally kidding. But just the way that we, like when it comes down to having fun, we're whiskey boys, right? It's a joke that we have. But when it comes down to getting work done, we absolutely kill it, and everyone knows that. So, yeah. Is it a frat house? No, but our neighbors would like to beg to differ just because of all the cars and everything it is that we always do. But we're... Frat has cars like us. Yeah, frats. Yeah, but we don't need to say that. Just imagine you guys living with your best friends and being motivated and working with them every single day on with whatever business it is that you are extremely passionate about. So if it's graphic design, if it's online drop shipping sites, if it's trading, if it's building businesses, apparel, and all that stuff, that's all we do here. We have a series of businesses that I'm partnered up with each and every single one of them, and we absolutely kill it every single day. Did you sell your McLaren? I have to follow up with that. So as of right now, no, it's still under my ownership, but hopefully I have it at a dealership who we're partnered up with, and hopefully, yeah. So we got White50 saying only 25% through your course, but I have learned a ton. Loving every day of learning. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. Been love trading since day one. I like that. Is TechBud Solutions an LLC? It was an LLC. I mean, we do have an LLC, but it's also formed as something else. Where is the real estate course in LPP? It's under the bonus section, so it's not a course. It's just a section on where I talk about in my best practices on that, how I was able to purchase my first house by age 20. Ricky, are you semi-conservative with your money? 100%. People think that, and you guys, and I try to be as transparent as possible, and 100% I get bashed for it every single time, and I'm okay with that because the overall positive comments are so much greater and so much more relevant. But you guys know how conservative it is that I am. If you guys saw the video that I uploaded yesterday about my $177 trip to Miami, I'm always looking for the best deals. I don't spend a lot of money, right, on food or anything like that. And it's just not my style. It's not what it is that I do. Nick Donahue, what's going on? What's going on, brother? But what it is that, people think that because of my cars or because of my houses or because how much money it is that I make, that I have to be extremely, flashy. And the funniest message was in one of my videos where they said, there's no way that this guy has money. He has some broke Converse shoes or broke Janowski's or something like that, and no Gucci belts or anything like that. To me, it's just not my style. The cars that I have, I buy them because I know that I can sell them for a profit. And everything that it is that I do, I try to treat it as a business. From time to time, I do like to have fun, and I do spend some money, but not as much as an average individual. I live off about $1,000 to $1,500 a month, and I've been able to do that since I was making $40,000, $50,000 since age 18, 19. Now you guys know that I'm well over $1 million, right? And that doesn't mean that I have to spend more, right? It's just, that's, I think, one of the biggest misconceptions that people make is when you start making more money that you have to start spending more. And that's horrible, because then you don't build that margin of potential profit that you can put into a savings account, which then you can invest. And it's just my style. It's what I like to do, and it's what I like to share. If you don't like it, then you don't have to follow it. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to watch any of my videos. I love how people love to complain about my style of investing or who it is that I am. Just don't watch me. It's very simple. $1,000 of that is spent in canes. I agree. Everyone I know, everyone I believe is rich, are cheap. It's not cheap, it's discipline. I like that. I agree. So smart. Wish my sons had the same drive and thought process. And that's, I 100% appreciate that. But one thing, and this is where I'm going to end it. I'm going to talk about, like, do I eat canes every day? No, not every day. But I want to talk about two things, and this is where I'm going to end it. And I hope that it could really like inspire and motivate you guys. And I'm being like honest, like from the bottom of my heart. To answer Christian's question, do you value school? 100%. If I did not make the decision to move from California to Arizona to pursue going to the university that I go to, ASU Polytechnic, and everything it is that that I end up, that I did because of that, how it is that I moved out to Arizona, how it is that I got that stable job and surrounded myself with these motivated individuals, buying my first house here in Arizona, and everything that I did, it led to me to be where it is that I am today. And it was because I took the initiative of going to a university where I surrounded myself with like-minded and motivated individuals. Everyone that I live with goes to the same university as I do. And that is, it's called like the incubator effect. And you surround yourself with people that are within the same field and that have the same drive and motivation. Obviously, there are people that are not as motivated as you, and that's why you have to cherry pick the people that you surround yourself with. Do I think that if you go to school, you're going to be extremely successful? No. But if you're extremely motivated and you love the learning process, I love learning new things in every subject. And that's just the type of individual that I am. Do I love doing homework? Heck no. Not always, right? I'm human, right? But I do love learning new things. I love being able to learn new things and how I can transition them into something that can benefit my life in some way or another. And I'm an active entrepreneur. And what I mean by that is when I see an opportunity, I take action. And that's something that I think a lot of people lack. People, because they don't know how to get started, or they don't know, what to do when they first, or they don't know what to do to kind of get the ball rolling. That's why I started TechBlood Solutions, to create a platform where in all markets, right, real estate, every market that's entrepreneurial, we can expose you to that market, that it's out there, and we have a guru that leads you in each market. That's been my goal from the very beginning, and that's why I think we grew at such a rapid pace, right? We grew from 1,000 to 100,000 members within 1 year. And it's all organic. You never see me in any other group chat. You've never seen me make a video bashing someone else, right? Any other trader. I find it so hilarious that people within my niche try to bring others down, try to discredit them because they're not happy with what it is that they're doing. Watch any of my videos. I've bashed haters, right? But other individuals within my space, you guys do you and do whatever it is that you see value in. I'm here doing what it is that I love every single day and providing value for the people that I love. 100%. And that's what I would encourage you to do. Change your mindset that if you go to school, it's not a good thing, it's not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in life. But if you're not going to go to school and you're just going to stay home all day and hope that one day, an amazing opportunity is going to present itself, that's not smart either, right? Go to school. I loved going to school, working full time, trading, and starting my own business. I was working, 15 to 20 hours every single day, and I love it. It's what it is that I love to do every single day. So I do value school because of the position that it puts an individual that's extremely motivated and how they can take action and be learning in the process and being productive, and then having an opportunity that's so much greater that would have not been presented if it wasn't for that. Think about, like networking is key, 100%. And that's why we started this community. That's why we're one of the fastest growing private trading communities out there. Think about like, what's it called? Everyone that has been successful, that's gone to school, that people call college dropouts, oh, they didn't graduate from college. Guys, they went to Harvard, they went to Stanford. It cracks me up when people try to compare themselves to them. First of all, they're a very small percentage. And second of all, if you go to Harvard and you drop out because you start an amazing startup, then 100% I understand the value there. But it's just be realistic with yourself. Stop trying to compare yourself to others. It's great to have motivation, but you do you at the end of the day and make sure that it is that you love with everything it is that you do. So yeah. And then the last thing that I wanted to end it with is, so what is your side job? I have no other side job. I used to work for a telecommunication company, which provided me with a stable income of making anywhere from $50,000 to $65,000 a year. And at the end, I ended up working part-time for them. I was still making out around there a month, and I 100% promote and encourage people to have a stable income. I have a completely different style of investing in entrepreneurship than I think of a lot of other entrepreneurs right now in the current market. People try to bash the school system and people try to bash a stable income, and I just don't get it. I love having a conservative approach, working very hard for long hours, and then to a certain point when that one opportunity presents itself, going all in. And it's because of that preparation and that hard work that you're able to take advantage of that. So, and then the last thing that I want to say about not the school system, but what's it called? I don't know what my other statement was going to be. I kind of forgot. So did you get a scholarship? I did not get a scholarship. I paid for my school on my own. So yeah. I agree. Christian Z saying currently at Cal State University of Fullerton. What's going on, brother? I actually grew up right next to that university. It's actually where I was going to go. But networking is great. Homework sucks. I 100% agree. Second week in the green. Thanks. What's going on, Blaine? Happy to hear that. Which books did you learn so much from? I actually do not read. Huge area of opportunity for me. Read more, 100%. But I definitely do take action on everything it is that I do. So that's something that's gone well for me. TOS was his scholarship. Don, you cracked me up. Are you in debt from college? I'm not in debt from college. Nope. Best advice for other college kids. I like that. Let's see. So Eric, for the non-disclosure agreement, direct message me within the TechBot Solutions chat, and then I'll get you in contact with Justin, and then we can go from there. You have to join our TechBot Solutions group first. That's the third link in the description. Once you get accepted on the top pinned post, there's a link to the Discord chat, and then you can direct message me from there. Are you single? Single as a Pringle, yes. LPP and all right. Let me actually answer that last thing of, let's see, best advice for other college kids. Best advice for other college kids. There's a series of things. Find a stable, I've made a video talking about a stable income, and I really like commission-based jobs. I think they pay very well, or jobs that offer efficiency wages. You can look what that up, search what that is. If I would encourage people to stay in school and continue to work as hard as you can and manage your stable income and manage your business to a certain point where the opportunity becomes so great in other areas that it makes sense that you can leave your job or that you can leave school to fully invest your time into something because the opportunity is so great. So until you're able to do that, I would work hard in every single market or niche that you would like to be a part of. Find something that you absolutely love, right? Try to create a business out of it, provide your own twist to it, and then surround yourself with people that have the same passion for that will hold you accountable so you never give up, because life does get hard. Yeah, and that's the hardest thing. Find something that you love and how you can transition that into business. It's much easier said than done, and it takes time. But if you're consistent, if you never give up, and you have a passion for it, because the passion is what's going to get you to overcome any obstacles along the way that the drive for money wouldn't necessarily get you there. If I was driven solely by the monetary aspect of my field, it wouldn't have gotten me through like when I broke up with my girlfriend, right? Or leaving my family in California and doing this all on my own. It's just like there's so many things, so many sacrifices that you take and that you experience that everyone's experience is going to be different, but it's that passion that can really get you to the next level, and that's really just it. Yeah, I've actually been asked that, Ricky. You need to come out with a motivational course, my man. I like these. I don't even know like how I would be able to structure a course over motivation. I love making these videos, and maybe I can host like events where you guys can come and I can talk to you and speak to you. That I like my visit to the East Coast, to visit Florida and visit New York and be able to meet you guys in person and just speak to you. And I heard amazing stories, and I want to give a shout out to one of our members that met up with me my last day there, which was Saturday, and told me an amazing story on how I was able to positively impact his life and how I motivated him to work so much harder in his field, and he's absolutely killing it. And I like that much more than just like, especially when it comes down to motivation. There's only so much that you could feel when it comes down to behind a screen. So maybe something in person can work out, but if anything, I'll stick to these YouTube videos. But yeah, are you a millionaire? Yep. So could you tell us who got you started with trading stocks? It was on my own. Yeah, it was on my own. Yeah, my parents or none of them invest in the stock market or nothing like that. So did you have a mentor, and how did you get into trading? No, I shared it in my story. So I got into trading by, I watched the Fast and the Furious movies. I wanted to buy a GTR, and I was 14. I searched up how is it to buy a GTR at a young age, or how is it to make money quick. And then penny stocks came out, and obviously didn't do very well for the first couple of years, and then took some time off, paper traded, got back into it with real money, and again, now I'm here. All right, so that is really just it. So guys, I want to thank you guys again so much for your time and for everything that is that you guys do. If you guys have any questions, you guys are more than welcome to reach out to me. You guys can direct message me if you're part of a TechBuild Solutions Discord chat. I'm just super excited. We actually just finished speaking to one of our developers, or our developer, Mackenzie. We're going to be launching one of our websites that is going to make it that much easier for you guys to communicate with one another. And we're creating a series of tools and resources that, for free, right? That it's just going to be so much easier and so much more simple to be able to communicate with one another, and all these different tools and resources that people struggle to attain within our current trading market. For all those that are part of TechBuild Solutions and that stay part of TechBuild Solutions and Learn, Plan, Profit, this is all what I'm going to provide for you for free, and this is all what we've been working towards. So I want to thank you guys again for everything it is that you guys do. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success, and like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.